Base, Russell Bunch. Second base, Braden Ellis. Shortstop, Brett Coker. Third base, Kyle Krieger. Catching, Austin Powell. And pitching, Justin Medlin. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Why is it a 15-second ad? Are you serious? Oh, chill out. Chill out. It's okay, dude. Night ads. It's a lot better than like the first time. This is a good job. It is. Can you like some or something? I can do this. Just the story.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to Game 1 between ICC and East Mississippi. Conference game here, MAC-JC doubleheader. As always, Game 1 scheduled for 9 innings, Game 2 scheduled for 7. ICC, the home team today, East Mississippi. Visitors, as they are in their black tops, gray pants. ICC decked out in all white this afternoon. We do appreciate everyone tuning in here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, as well as saying a special hello to those that are watching in support of East Mississippi. So we're awaiting that First American National Bank opening pitch here, as we're going to be a little bit behind schedule. Not too bad, as the the First American National Bank opening pitch coming your way at 3:01. Say 3:01 opening pitch, so just a minute behind that schedule. I'll take that every time. It's foul back for strike one. At the plate is Austin Beach. As he looks at that one, and it misses for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to the right fielder, Austin Beach. Beach, Miller, and Martin due up here for East Mississippi in the top of the first. ICC slipped one spot to number 13 in the latest NJCAA rankings. As that pitch missing low for a ball. This is Justin Medlin on the hill here for the Indians. First time I've got a chance to see him pitch this season. So waiting the 2-1 offering here, and it finds the corner for a strike. So now the count evens up at 2-2. ICC 14-3-1 overall, 1-1 in the conference. East Mississippi 3-11, 0-2 in the conference. Man, they had a wild game one the other night, 15 innings. And if you already know, when we play 9 innings, the first game of the day, it's a long one. So you can imagine playing 15 innings. I think it was almost a 5.5-hour game, then having to turn around and play a second game behind that. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball, gets away, nobody on base to do any damage. Let's go ahead and look at the defensive lineup here for the Indians. As we talked about it, Justin Medlin on the hill. Austin Powell is behind the plate. Infield looks like this. Russell Bunch over at first base. Second base is Braden Ellis. Third base, Kyle Krieger. Shortstop is Brett Coker. And there's a grounder. Third baseman gets it. Plenty of time to throw over. Does so and gets it for out number 1. So Beach is retired. 5-3 on the putout. And now this will bring up the shortstop, Tyler Miller. To go ahead and finish that Coca-Cola defensive lineup for the Indians in the outfield, left fielder LeBryant Siddell, center fielder Jackson Lancaster, and out in right field is Lane Domino. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. So 1 away now, and a breaking pitch that didn't quite break enough as it goes high and inside for a ball. As we talked about, Miller, the second batter, nobody on base. He's playing shortstop this afternoon. Fastball across for a strike, evens up the count now at 1-1. Miller, 306 batting average, 358 on base percentage, and he's got a 592 slugging percentage. 15 hits on the year, 6 of those going for extra bases. Actually, there's a long fly ball. If it stays fair, it's trouble, and it is off the wall. And so that is going to be his 5th double of the year. So as soon as I was talking about those extra base hits, he comes up with a big-time double there. Nearly snuck it out of the ballpark as the ball carried surprisingly well. And so that's going to be a double off the wall out there. Dimensions here at Roy Crescent Field. 330 down the lines, 365 to the gap, and 390 to center field. That ball in the dirt. 1-0 is the count. 1 out and runners over at second base after a double off the wall. That was Tyler Miller. Takes his lead over at second. Couldn't catch up with the fastball. Swinging strike on Philip Martin, the first baseman. Swinging at a pitch low. 1-2 now is the count here on Philip Martin. DH Morgan is on deck, the number 4 spot for East Mississippi. Medlin checks the runner, now set to deliver. That pitch low and inside for a ball, evens up the count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner at second. Top of the first, scoreless here in Fulton, game 1 between ICC and East Mississippi. Medlin taking his time, now delivers. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. Nice job by Medlin to get his first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. And that's going to bring up the second out. And the DH, Dylan Morgan, to the plate. So Morgan will dig in. 2 away and a runner on second. That pitch going to miss low for a ball. Take a look at some Sonic stats here on Medlin pitching this year. He is 1-0 in the year. He's pitched 10 2/3, giving up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those earned. He's walked 5, struck out 14, now struck out 15, I should say, has a 3.38 ERA. Swung on a miss for a strike there. 1-1 now is the count with 2 away. Here's a flare out to right field, and it's going to be knifing foul, and will get out of play. And 1-2 now is the count here on Dylan Morgan, the DH. So 2 away, Morgan at the plate. That's Tyler Miller over at second base. So 1-2 is the count here. And, ooh, that one just up a little bit too high. I'll have to agree with the umpire on that one, as it did seem a little high and outside that time. He was at the count now at 2-2. Now, that's one of those here in about 3 hours you would love to see called strike 3 to end the inning. So winning the 2-2 pitch. This one fouled back. Staying alive is Morgan with the foul ball. Count will stay at 2-2. There's a ground ball. This one's going to be dangerous. Now deep in the hole, throw a long way across, and not in time, as that was just an extremely tough play. Sorry about that. I was answering a text message trying to help someone find the video stream, as that's going to be an impressive try that time, but a 2-out single. Runner was able to head over to third on the play. And so a 2-out single there for Morgan, and this is going to bring up Reynolds. So I'm going to leave it wide while I try to check things out here. Well, the stream is working because obviously you just heard it on my phone right there. Just double checking it. And that is the case. So the stream is working. So now with 2 outs, runners on the corners here. East Mississippi trying to spark a 2-out rally. As that pitch missing. Didn't really see where it missed that time, but this is Frederick Reynolds, the catcher at the plate, the 5th batter of the inning here. ICC trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. And there's going to be a foul ball out of play, and now the count goes 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. This is Reynolds at the plate. So the pitch on its way. There's a grounder. Shortstop has plenty of time. Going to toss it over to second, and that will do it to end the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for East Mississippi. We're going to take a timeout and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the first inning. ICC and East Mississippi scoreless. Let's take a look at the Coca-Cola starting lineups here for the Indians, and this is how the batting lineup will go. Jackson Lancaster leading us off, playing in center field. Kyle Krieger will be batting second. He's playing over at third base. Justin Medlin will be pitching and the DH, batting third. Then LeBryant Sedale batting in the cleanup spot. He's in left field. Russell Bunch playing first base. Lane Domino in right field. Brett Coker is the shortstop. Braden Ellis is at second. And Austin Powell is catching. That is your ICC Coca-Cola lineup here for Game 1 against East Mississippi. So this is Jackson Lancaster at the plate. Lancaster takes that first pitch high and outside for a ball. He's batting .385 on the year, has a .474 on base percentage, .523 is his slugging percentage, 25 hits on the year. That leads the team as that pitch across for a strike. Second on the team in doubles with 5. Leads the team with 17 RBIs, has 3 doubles. He's walked 10 times as there's a ground ball to second. Second baseman Gloves throw over. A little low, but dug up nicely that time for out number 1. So if you're scoring in the office or back home, 4-3 is how Lancaster is retired. So now this is going to bring up the third baseman, Kyle Krieger. Krieger will dig in here with 1 out and nobody on. Bottom of the second, or excuse me, bottom of the first, I should say. Scoreless here between ICC and East Mississippi. Swinging on the first pitch he sees, fouls it back out of play, and that will go for strike 1. Beautiful day here at the ballpark, so if you're within driving distance, we invite you to come out. Now, we'll say you may want to bring a jacket or a blanket for later on this evening. As there's a ground ball, shortstop's going to charge it, slips a little bit, finds it, throws over, in time for the putout. And quickly 2 away now here for the Indians as Krieger is retired 6-3. So now this is going to bring up Justin Medlin. Medlin getting the start on the hill here for the Indians. He's also listed as a DH, so if they do make that pitching change, he will stay in the batting lineup for the Indians. Medlin, hard hit up the middle, shortstop gets it, and that was quick work of the Indians there in the bottom of the first. Don't know if he threw more than 5 pitches there, but a quick 3-up, 3-down inning. Score that one 6-3 as well on the putout of Medlin. So ICC goes quietly in the bottom of the first. We're scoreless here in Fulton. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we move to the top of the second inning, ICC and East Mississippi scoreless here in Game 1. If you're just now joining us for the first time this season watching conference play, Game 1 scheduled for 9 innings, Game 2 scheduled for 7. Of course, I'll try to remind you that throughout the afternoon, but not to the point that it eventually gets on your nerves. Due up the 6-7 8 batters here for East Mississippi. Davis, Brown, and Cole. Jeremy Davis to lead us off here in the top of the second. Swings on the first pitch he sees, misses it for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. East Mississippi got a pair of hits, put a runner over at third. Actually had runners on the corners. At one point, it's that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Beach grounded out 5-3. Then Tyler Miller doubled to right off the wall. It was a strikeout for Philip Martin. Dylan Morgan had a little single. And then it was a ground out to the shortstop by Frederick Reynolds. And that was your scoring there in the top of the first. ICC was able to get out of that inning with no damage done. 1-2 now is the count. Fastball in the dirt. Couldn't get him to chase one. Good eye that time by Davis, the left fielder. And now the count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs as Davis is starting us off here on the top of the second. And they're swinging strike 3. Couldn't check up on the swing that time, and I think it would have been a strike either way. And that is going to be the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the afternoon here for Justin Medlin. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com. Dylan Brown will now come to the plate here for East Mississippi. He's playing in center field, batting in that 7th spot. And that pitch across the knees for a strike. 0-1 is the count. East Mississippi comes in at 3-11 on the year, 0-2 after being swept by Colin in the opening day of conference play last weekend. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Dylan Brown at the plate. Looks at that pitch, clips the corner for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Dylan Brown. So waiting the pitch. Try to see if you can get him to chase one outside after getting one on the corner. Didn't do so. Good eye that time by Dylan Brown, the center fielder, to hold off as it evens up the count now here at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on. We're in the top of the second inning. Scoreless between ICC and East Mississippi. And there's a little flare out to left field. Left fielder's going to take a few steps to his left and 1 back, and we'll squeeze it for the putout. And now up is going to be Zarin Cole, the third baseman.
Zarin Cole.
ICC trying to return serve as the Indians went 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first to ground out to second, then back-to-back ground outs to the shortstop. Was how the Indians went quietly in the first. Well, Cole just spiked the plate there. A unique way to address the plate, and if it works, and it did, as it goes a flare out to right field. And so 1 pitch, and that's going to be the 3rd hit of the day for the Lions. And that'll bring up the number 9 batter, John Ross Briggs.
Now batting, John Ross Briggs.
So Briggs playing at second base. Will try to spark a 2-out rally here for the Lions in the top of the second. Crowd still making their way out to the ballpark. We imagine that will continue here as we're not necessarily an early start. It's a later start than we normally do with a 3 o'clock start. Scuba not that far away, so trying to give these guys enough time to stay in class before coming out to the ballpark. We say these guys, not saying just East Mississippi, but also ICC players as well. So 2 outs and a runner over at first base. That's Zarin Cole, who had a flare out to right field. Medlin pitches. A little low, but gets enough of the knees for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Briggs. If Briggs were to reach, then we'll go back to the top of the lineup in Austin Beach. So 0-1 is the count. Medlin taking a lot of time. There's a little slow roller to the second baseman. Eats him up a little bit, but flips it over for the out. Score that one 4-6 on the putout to end the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the second inning. But before we do that, let's take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors. Back with more right after this.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour at any time. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the third inning. Reed Blakely still on the hill here for the Lions. Did a nice job in the bottom of the first. Got a very quick 3-up, 3-down inning out of the Indians. With a pair of ground balls to the infield. So it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here for ICC. LeBryant Siddell, Russell Bunch, and Lane Domino. Siddell playing out in left field where he pretty much has played all season long. This umpire has paid a lot of attention to everything around the game, making players stay in the dugouts. As that pitch just missing a little high. Good-looking pitch there, called a ball. That time asking Siddell to tuck in his back pocket. And LeBryant pops this one up. Drifting over is the first baseman. It looks like he's going to run out of real estate. Yes, he will, as the ball bounces off the top of the ICC, or excuse me, the East Mississippi dugout to our right side. So now it's going to be a 1-1 count here with no outs as Siddell is leading us off here in the bottom of the second. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. That pitch right down Broadway for strike 1 and 2 now is the count. Blakely doing a nice job early, mixing up his speeds, hitting his spots. And Siddell chases one. This one popped up, and it's going to get out of play as well. 1 and 2 now is the count here. So 1 and 2 with that foul ball. I'll say this, I will have to break away in the next inning. Got to make a phone call to our AD, Coach Kerry Ball Williamson, so I'll try to make that as quickly as possible between innings. So if you see a couple of plays that don't have any play-by-play, don't worry, you haven't gone crazy, although you probably would prefer that, not having to listen to me. 2-2 pitch coming. Siddell fouls this one right back into your living room. A healthy chop there. 2 balls, 2 strikes is where we'll stay after that foul ball. Remind you, our next broadcast will be on the road tomorrow at Boonville as we play Northeast in a conference doubleheader. As that pitch low in the dirt for a ball, and now the count goes full at 3 and 2. Our next baseball broadcast will be Saturday against Pearl River. Now softball will be hosting Hines. That'll be over on the Blue Channel. So waiting the 3-2 offering here to LeBryant Siddell. And he looks at that pitch low for a ball. Nice at bat that time by LB. Fouled off about 3 pitches. Was able to keep the AB alive and then was able to draw the walk. And now that's going to bring up Russell Bunch.
Now batting for the Indians, number 22, Russell Bunch.
So Russell Bunch will come to the plate now. And so Russell Bunch now will dig in with the runner at first and no outs. So that first pitch missing for a ball. Bunch pops this one, but it goes foul out of play into the parking lot. Did not hear any oohs and ahs from the crowd, so I'm assuming it did not hit a vehicle there. So that one now evens the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Runner over at first. That's LeBryant Sedale who drew a walk to start the inning. Bunch fouls this one back and out of play. 1-2 now is the count here on Russell. Mr. ICC. Russell Bunch was voted that by the student body here at, obviously, ICC. So 1-2 is the count. Scoreless here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner at first here for the Indians. And then that pitch high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. Good eye that time by Russell to let that one go. It's one place that Blakely has worked well today in getting the Indians to chase pitches has been high in the zone. Blakely wants to change baseball, so he's going to toss this one in, and thank goodness the catcher that time, as Reynolds came over. If not, Russell wasn't really paying attention as he was adjusting his batter's glove. The ball carried over towards him. But either way it goes, 2-2 now is the count after the quick exchange. So Blakely getting set to deliver here. Sedale over at first with no out. Snap throw over is not in time as Sedale is back standing up. So waiting the 2-2 offering here to Russell Bunch. Bunch looks at that one, and both Bunch and the catcher froze that time and waited to see what the umpire was going to say. Called it a ball, and 3-2 now is the count. Just up, I guess, a little bit for the umpire's liking. So apparently you got to work low in the zone, or at least that's what it looks like here in the early goings of this one, as that's another one of those pitches that looked pretty good. Runner goes, ground ball, shortstop's only going to have one play, and that's going to be over to first, and it's going to be in time. 6-3 on the putout of Russell Bunch, and luckily for the Indians, they had the hit and run on that time. If not, that would have been a tailor-made double play for East Mississippi. And so a break there for ICC as Sedale slid in safely over to second. Now this is going to bring up Lane Domino. Domino playing out in right field. He's batting in that 6th spot. Has climbed up the lineup a little bit here for the Indians. So with 1 out and a runner over at second, first time this afternoon that the Indians have had a runner in scoring position. East Mississippi had 1 and left them stranded back in the first. And they're going to say that was a balk. And so Sedale will advance on the balk. So a balk is called there, so Sedale will head down to third base. So now a base hit or something deep to the outfield would be a big opportunity here for the Indians to put a run on the board. Of course, we say that, and we saw the Indians get gunned down dead to rights twice by Meridian. A swing and a miss that time by Lane Domino as the... So that one goes for a strike. Sedale over at third. ICC knocking on the door. Domino looks at that pitch high. There is 1 out here. So ICC would love to cash in on this opportunity here. Wind is blowing, but basically from foul pole to foul pole. Not really gusting at times today. This pitch, center fielder is going to go back, and it could be deep enough to score the run. And they're going to send the run home, and that's going to do it. So that will be a sacrifice fly for the Indians to score the run, and they take a 1-0 lead here. And a nice job that time by Lane Domino. Drives in the run, and ICC takes a 1-0 lead. Big-time balk call, as that allowed the run to score there. That sacrifice fly being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding us of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU. They run the concession stand here at baseball, so if you're hungry and you're ever at a baseball game, Brother Chris is typically around. Thank him for all he does here at ICC. That pitch high for a ball, as this is going to be Brett Coker at the plate now. 2 outs and nobody on for the Indians. They lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Coker batting in that 7 spot. Looks at that one, a beauty for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Coker. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Hard hit ground ball is going to get past the diving third baseman. Not a lot you can do over there at third, as that was just a hard hit ball. Nice effort over there at third base, but that will be a 2-out single. So you see the Little Caesars instant replay there, and that is actually going to be the first hit of the day here for the Indians. And now that's going to bring up Braden Ellis. Ellis playing second base. He's batting in that 8 spot. So the Indians trying to spark something with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. They lead it 1-0. Ellis takes a look at that pitch, missing low and outside for a ball. Got to give a couple of shout outs to 2 hard-working folks that I know are probably tuned in here. You've got Jenny Cody, does a great job with the social media accounts over there at East Mississippi, and David Rosinski. David, and he'll deny this until his dying day. David, the best SID in the MACJC, does an outstanding job. Both Jenny and David over there at East Mississippi, so I want to give them a shout out. I know they're checking in and trying to keep up with today's games as well. 2-0 is the count here to Braden Ellis. Snap throw to first is not in time. And we also want to say a special hello to all those fans that are watching in favor of East Mississippi this afternoon. 2-0 is the count. Ellis at the plate. Fly ball, center field. Center fielder's going to go over. Looking back into the sun, shades it for a second, then finds it for the putout. So that will end the inning there. The Indians get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. ICC leads it 1-0 after 2 innings of play. I'm going to hit mute on the broadcast. I've got to make a phone call back to the office, so hopefully I'll be back as soon as possible right here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as that phone call didn't take as long as I thought. As that first pitch missing for a ball. Shows bunt, pulls it back for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Back to the top of the lineup here for East Mississippi. This is Beach, who grounded out to third in his first at bat. Miller will be on deck, and Martin will follow. 2-1 now is the count here to Beach. 1-0 is the score. It was a sacrifice fly by Lane Domino that scored LeBryant Sedale, who walked, advanced on a ground ball, as this is going to be popped up. Third base coming in, squeezes it for the putout. And Beach is retired.
At the plate, Tyler Miller.
So now this will bring up Tyler Miller to the plate. So Miller will dig in with no outs. Justin Medlin still on the hill here for the Indians. So that pitch missing for a ball. And that one, I believe, evens the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here. Foul ball is going to get out of play, and now the count will go 1-2. That one way back out of play. Miller, well, he doubled off the wall out in right field. Was a hiccup away of putting that one out of the ballpark. And he looks at that one, pops it straight back over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. For more information on how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College, you can visit iccms.edu. So 1-2 now is the count. Swung on a miss for strike 3. The throw down will be in time for the putout. So that will officially count as a Renaissance Bank strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. And now there's 2 away in the inning, and this will be Philip Martin coming to the plate.
Philip Martin.
So Martin, who struck out swinging, and he will dig in trying to spark a 2-out rally here for the Lions. That pitch just a bit outside. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here to Philip Martin. Fastball inside for a strike, evens the count now at 1-1. So the 1-1 pitch coming. Oh, nice job taking something off of it that time, as Martin way ahead of that one. 1-2 now is the count here on Martin, the first baseman. ICC trying to get a 3-up, 3-down inning here. And there it is. Looking at strike 3, another Renaissance Bank strikeout, the 4th of the game. Second time Martin has went down on strikes, that time looking, and the Indians get a 3-up, 3-down inning there in the 3rd. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom half of the 3rd inning. ICC with a 1-0 lead here over East Mississippi in Game 1.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza. And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters due up here for ICC. Austin Powell will lead things off. Austin, the catcher here in Game 1. ICC leading 1-0 thanks to a sacrifice fly by Lane Domino back in the 2nd inning that scored LeBryant Sedale. LeBryant walked, advanced on a ground out by Russell Bunch, and then took 3rd after a balk. Was able to score on that sacrifice fly out to center field. That pitch missing for a ball. And this one fouled back. 1-1 now is the count here on Austin Powell. Well, as we said, and we'll say a few times throughout the broadcast, just to remind you that the first game of conference doubleheaders are 9 innings, or at least scheduled for 9 innings. There are some run rules that can go into effect. We're not even flirting with that right now. And then the Game 2 will be 7 innings. That pitch missing low for a ball. ICC slid one spot. After splitting with the number 7 team in the country, ICC slid down to number 13. As that pitch across for a strike. Nice spot that time by Blakely. And 2-2 now is the count. One of the ICC faithful, not a big fan of that call. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. There's a ground ball off the leg of the pitcher, went directly to the second baseman. Throw over is in time, so officially score that one 1-4-3 on the putout. Good job that time by Blakely just to get that leg out of the way. Caught him on the calf and was able to shake that one off. And looks like he's walking with a little bit of a limp there as the coach and umpire is going to come in. Actually, he's going to say it hit him in the bottom of the shoe, so he's saying he's okay. So you see him talk things over right there. Remind you, tomorrow we will be back on the air as we travel to Northeast. Softball will play a doubleheader. That game 1 was originally scheduled for 2 o'clock. It's been pushed back to 3. So that will be a First American National Bank opening pitch coming your way at 3 o'clock here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel. And then baseball will be back on the air Saturday starting at 2 against Pearl River. That's going to be a big-time doubleheader. Whatever conference implications, a lot of those will be on the line as well. So now we go back to the top of the lineup here. This is going to be Jackson Lancaster at the plate here for the Indians. Lancaster swings on the first pitch he sees, and it's going to get through for a base hit. So Lancaster wasting little time getting out on that one. And so a 1-out single from Lancaster. And now this will bring up Kyle Krieger. So Krieger, who grounded out to the shortstop in his previous at-bat, will try to get things going here for the Indians. They already lead at 1-0. Throw over to first was not in time. So Krieger playing over at third base. Typically plays second, but when Medlin is on the hill, they put Ellis at second, Russell at first, and that's where Medlin plays defensively when he's not pitching, and then they just shift Krieger over to third, where Russell's typically playing. Throw over, it was close, but not in time. The ball gets away, but not far enough for the Indian to advance. He called time. I thought he just walked off the base before the ball was thrown back, and the first baseman for East Mississippi actually was starting to throw that one in and kind of stopped, and the umpire was like, no, there was time called. So a 1-out single by Lancaster. Now Kyle Krieger at the plate. Krieger swings on the first pitch he sees, fouls this one back and out of play for strike 1. Well, a nice day at the ballpark if you're sitting in the sun. I don't know if necessarily you want to be in the shade under the grandstands here, as the breeze a little chilly. Temperatures lows are supposed to drop down to the mid-30s. Hopefully that is after we leave the ballpark. Snap throw over, not in time as Lancaster dives back safely. 1-0 is your score. ICC taking the lead on a Lane Domino's sacrifice fly back in the second. Trying to build on that here in the bottom of the third. Beautiful curveball, and had Krieger jammed up that time as he watched it across a little low, but that's what we said earlier in the game. The umpire, he likes the low strike zone, so as a batter, you've got to adjust to that. He hasn't necessarily called a lot of them high. Now, as soon as I say that, that's when he'll start calling those pitches high. Snap throw over to first, still not in time as Lancaster dives back safely. So 0-2 is the count here to Krieger. Krieger stands in, awaiting the pitch. Instead, it's going to be a throw over to first. Well, they're making sure Lancaster stays honest over there. Jackson leads, or actually is tied for the team lead with Lane Domino with 7 stolen bases. He's 7 of 9 on steals this year. Kid can move. That pitch missing low and outside. Nice job that time by Reynolds to go down and get that one. If the ball gets away, Lancaster advances easily. So 1 ball, 2 strike, and 1 out. Krieger still standing in there. Been a lot of throws over to first, and there's another one. Lancaster dives back in safely. So 1-2 will stay the count here with 1 out and a runner over at first base for the Indians. They lead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the third. And a nice change of pace there on the breaking pitch, and Krieger goes down swinging. The first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Reed Blakely. And that will bring Justin Medlin to the plate. Medlin grounded out just short to end the first. Medlin would love to help his own cause here as he is getting the start in game 1. And he can hit for power. Saw him send a foul ball a half a mile over at Bevel Fayette last week. As he's going to step off and look the runner back to first. They're paying a lot of attention over to Jackson Lancaster. As we said, one of the faster guys on the team. So he is a threat to steal over at first. Throw over, not in time. And so Medlin will dig back in. Runner goes. This ball lifted. Right fielder is going to go back. Does it have enough legs? Right fielder to the warning track and will squeeze it. No, just got underneath it that time. So look, the Indians might have had a little bit of a hit and run on that time, and Medlin just could not square it up to get that one out of the ballpark. So the Indians get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 3. ICC leads it 1-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
Trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I really like this home plate umpire. Last weekend at Meridian, I was able to get in 3.5 breaks, or 3.5 commercials, I should say. This one, barely squeezing in a minute before he's ready to play. So we're moving with purpose as we now shift to the top of the 4th inning.
Dylan Morgan.
It'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here for East Mississippi, and that's going to be Dylan Morgan now at the plate to lead things off here for the Lions. Takes a look at that first pitch outside for a ball. Morgan, the DH, had a single, was left stranded over at first, back in the first inning. That pitch missing low. And 3-0 now is the count. So Medlin, a little bit of a hiccup here starting the top of the 4th inning. Just reaches back and zips that one across. Taking the whole way that time was Dylan Morgan. Dylan has one of the 3 hits this afternoon for East Mississippi. It was a double by Tyler Miller off the wall and right as this pitch fouled back. 3-2 now goes the count. Morgan had a single, and then it was a single by Cole back in the second. East Mississippi went 3 up, 3 down in the third with a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts. 3-2 pitch coming. This one popped up, and it's going to get out of play. Well, anything high on a day like today, there's not a lot of cloud cover, so won't necessarily lose it in the clouds, but looking back into the sun could make it really interesting for everybody from center to the right side of the field. And that pitch misses low for a ball. First walk of the day for Medlin, and it's a leadoff walk. And 9 times out of 10, those come back and find a way to bite you. That's what ICC was able to do back in the second when Sedale drew a walk to start the second, advanced on a ground out by Bunch, and went over to the third after a balk and scored on that sacrifice fly by Lane Domino. So now up is going to be the catcher. This is going to be Reynolds. Reynolds grounded out to short in his first at bat. There's a ground ball up the middle. Only one play, and that's going to be over to first. Well, I was hoping that one would have a little bit more legs on it that time for a chance at a Little Caesars double play, but instead, Coker made the right play. Didn't want to force anything to second, and so he just bit the bullet and got the for sure out over at first. So one away now, and this is going to bring up Jeremy Davis. Davis playing out in left field, struck out swinging to start the second.
Jeremy Davis.
So one out and a runner on second. ICC with a 1-0 lead. That pitch outside for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out and a runner at second. This pitch popped up and looks like this is going to get out of play. Bunch will chase it over and then tail back as that one goes out into the parking lot. 1 ball, 1 strike now here to Jeremy Davis. So East Mississippi trying to find a way to push across this run, tie this ball game up here in the top of the 4th. This game scheduled for 9 innings. Couldn't catch up with that one. Swinging miss for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here on Davis. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner at second here for East Mississippi. We're in the top of the 4th. East has actually out-hit ICC so far. And there's strike 3. Beautiful pitch there as we take a look at the Little Caesars instant replay. Umpire did not waste any time ringing him up there, and that is going to be another Renaissance Bank strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts on Davis. The 5th strikeout of the game for Justin Medlin. So now there's 2 outs in the inning and a runner at second. See if East Mississippi might try to get a little bit aggressive here and move the runner over a little bit closer to home. That pitch missing low for a ball. Dylan Brown flew out to left field for the second out of the second inning. Almost just basically put it right in the glove of Sedale out there in left field. So that pitch across for a strike, evens the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 1-0 ICC with the lead here in the top of the 4th inning, game 1 of 2 here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. That pitch missing low and outside. 2-1 now goes the count. Medlin trying to find a way to get out of this inning with no damage done. 2-1 pitch coming from Medlin. Missing low. 3-1 now goes the count. Well, if you're on campus tonight looking for something to do right around 6 o'clock, they're hosting the opening round of Indians Got Talent. So you can go by the W.O. Benjamin Fine Arts Auditorium. And no idea where that one missed. Looked pretty good, but called a ball. So the second walk of the inning, and even froze the batter for a second until he said ball 4, and he will take his base. So, yeah, if you're on campus looking for something to do, or if you're just somebody watching in the Fulton area would like to come out and see some of the talent that we've got and some of our students here at ICC, that's going to be at the Fine Arts Auditorium here in Fulton. Cole at the plate. Again, has that unique approach when he spikes the plate. It worked last time, and this time comes up swinging wildly for a miss. As Cole hit a flare out to right field in his first at bat. Boy, East Mississippi might roll the dice and see if they can test the arm of one of the outfielders if the ball does get out there to see if they can tie this contest. Breaking pitch, and that one high for a ball. One of the ICC fans liked it, and Cole kind of looked back at him and shook his head saying it was a ball, and the umpire agreed. 1-1 now is the count with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. This pitch fouled back, and 1-2 now is the count here on Cole. Cole batting in that 8th spot, playing over at third base. So look at Cole. He looks like an athletic kid. And of course, you're not going to have a slouch over at third base. So 1-2 now is the count. Fastball missing low. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Top of the 4th, ICC. 1-0. Trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. East Mississippi trying to rally and tie the contest. And that pitch missing low for a ball. So now the count goes full. Got to be careful if you're Medlin here. He's already walked 2 this inning. So waiting the 3-2 offering here. Runners go. That one laid on it, fouled it off. And we'll stay at 3-2. I said runners go. The first baseman took off. Second baseman was a little late on his jump. But either way it goes, foul ball. So we'll do it all over again. Wind picking up, actually blowing from the waterway into right field. Ground ball over to the shortstop. Scoops it. Clutches and throws over, and it's not in time. Well, kind of bobbled it out of the glove that time, and that will go for a base hit for Cole. As Cole's got good speed and not going to be able to clutch it like that, as Coker kind of lost it coming out of his glove.
At the plate, John Briggs.
So a big-time hit there for East Mississippi as it loads the bases. And this is going to be John Ross Briggs coming to the plate. So Briggs in an RBI opportunity. Base hit could tie this ball game. Bases full of Lions. That pitch missing high for a ball. Right now, if you're Medlin, you just focus on the guy in front of you. As this pitch fouled back off the helmet of the catcher, Austin Powell. And he was at the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. That pitch paints the corner. Briggs comes up, shaking his head in agreement with the umpire. 1-2 now. Is the count with 2 outs and bases loaded. Can the Indians get out of this inning with minimum, no damage done? I keep saying minimum, no damage. As this pitch is going to be fouled out of play. Over towards Firewater Creek, as we like to call it during soccer season. That's the ditch that runs between baseball and softball. As that one gets out of play, going to bring in a new set of balls here. 1-2 will stay the count after that foul ball by Briggs. If Briggs were to find a way on base, then we'll go back to the top of the lineup in Austin Beach. One nothing. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch coming, and that one missing high. Not a bad spot to miss that time. See if you couldn't get him to chase one a little bit out of the zone. 2-2 now is the count here to Briggs. Medlin running into a little bit of trouble. Bases loaded. This is going to be a flare and it's foul, and we'll stay at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded for the Lions. They trail 1-0. So waiting the 2-2 pitch. And there's strike 3. Briggs did not like that one. Let's take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay and painted that corner. And a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, the 6th of the game for Medlin. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank as we'll take a break and head to the bottom of the 4th inning. ICC leads it 1-0. Back with more right after this.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to action as we now head to the bottom of the 4th inning. ICC with a 1-0 lead. For ICC, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters. LeBryant Sedale, Russell Bunch, and Lane Domino all due up here in the bottom of the 4th. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. We greatly appreciate you taking time out of your afternoon here to tune in to a little ICC baseball. Join us on Saturday as we'll host Pearl River in a conference doubleheader. The First American National Bank opening pitch for Game 1 scheduled for 2 o'clock Saturday. Also, softball will be hosting Hines on Saturday. That game will be available on the blue channel. Baseball will be available right here on the red channel. So LeBryant Sedale at the plate. Swings on the first pitch, coming right back at you for strike 1. Also remind you, we'll be back on the air right here on Let's Go ICC TV tomorrow as we travel to Boonville for ICC softball against Northeast. That's going to be a clash of top 20 teams. This ball popped up, fouled back and out of play, or excuse me, fouled over to our right out of play. And 0-2 now is the count here on LeBryant Sedale. LB, a sophomore out of Tupelo, playing in left field. Looks at that pitch. Some of the East Mississippi fans thinking that was the same location of the last pitch. And the East Mississippi fans getting in the umpire's hip pocket. Not liking that ball call. 1-2 now is the count. Beautiful breaking pitch, and oh my goodness. I want to be honest with you folks. I don't know where that one missed. That was a great pitch for strike 3. The umpire, though, just elected not to call it that. So a break there for the Indians. 2-2 now is the count. See if he doesn't go for that same pitch again. And he does. And again. No idea where that one is missing. And here's the thing, folks. That's an ICC fan saying that about the East Mississippi pitcher. Good-looking pitch there. 3-2 as the count goes full. And that's going to be a walk. That, I'm not trying to be negative here, ICC fans, but that was a gift for ICC. As there were at least 2 really good-looking pitches that could have easily been called strike 3. But the umpire gives LeBryant Sedale the walk. That's the second time that Sedale has walked this afternoon. And now this is going to be Russell Bunch at the plate. Bunch grounded out to the shortstop in his previous at-bat. Swings on the first one he sees. Right fielder's going to drift over, and catches it just before it goes into foul territory. So a one-pitch out, F9 for those of you that are scoring at home on Russell Bunch. And now up will be Lane Domino. Domino had a sacrifice fly that scored LeBryant Sedale back in the second. So no official at bat so far on the day here for Lane Domino. Indians trying to heat up the bats here, but Blakely has done a good job of keeping them pretty quiet. ICC with only 2 hits on the afternoon. Is that pitch missing low for a ball? East Mississippi with 4 hits. So not a whole lot of offensive fireworks so far here in game 1. ICC, though, despite being out-hit, leading it 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Domino swings and misses, comes up. Swinging big on that one, just couldn't find it. 1-1 now is the count here to the right fielder, Domino. 1 out, 1-1 is the count. There is a runner over at first. That's LeBryant Siddell, who got a questionable walk, and then the throw over to first. And I don't know if he doesn't put a little bit more zip on that one, if he doesn't get Siddell, who kind of old school road runner like effect, kind of spun his wheels a little bit and then dove back into first safely. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Breaking pitch. Oh, my goodness. This umpire just does not like him wherever Blakely is putting them, but they have looked good. That goes for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Runner goes, pitch is low, throw down to second is in time. As Siddell caught stealing for the second out of the inning. Nice throw that time as Reynolds was able to get that pitch that was low and outside, able to come back and find it and zip it down to second in a hurry for the second out of the inning. So now 2 away and nobody on base. 3-1 pitch coming to Domino. Domino rips one right to the shortstop, who makes a baby hop and catches it on the line out. So an unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning there in the 4th for the Indians. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. We'll take a timeout. Come back with the top of the 5th. ICC maintaining a 1-0 lead. Back with more right after this.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef. No, corn-fed. On the grill. Now, flat top. Iceberg lettuce. Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese. Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 is your score, and that's going to make for an easy Sonic scoring recap here in the 5th. It was a sacrifice fly from Lane Domino to score LeBryant Siddell back in the 2nd inning. And for pretty much there, it's been a pitcher's duel between Justin Medlin, who is on the hill here for the Indians, and Reed Blakely taking the mound so far here in game 1 for East Mississippi. That pitch missing low for a ball. And there's a flare. This one's got it deep to the left side. So Dale going over, slides, and just can't make the play out in left field. So Dale making a nice attempt out there, a sliding attempt. And it just popped in and out of his glove that time. So goes for a long strike to even up the count now at 1-1. So this is Beach, Miller, and Martin due up here for East Mississippi. 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. This one's popped up. Trouble. Coker's going to go over, and no, can't get to it. Just out of his reach, and now they're going to throw it to second. Could have him in a run down here. And they're going to come in and tag him. So it will go as a base hit and then score that 6-4-3 on the putout. And so East Mississippi can't blame the kid. He thought the ball was down. The shortstop, Brett Coker, did a great job of trying to get to the ball. Just couldn't quite find it, but then had the wherewithal to quickly zip it back to second base. Thanks for some great communication from the dugout. As there's a swing and a miss. Got him in the rundown and was able to get the out. So one away now. And this is Tyler Miller. Miller had a double off the wall. Struck out, but was put out 2-3 on the throwdown after the ball got away. And swings at the first two pitches he sees and comes up empty. 0-2 now is the count. So waiting the 0-2 pitch here from Medlin. And that one up high. Not a bad spot to miss, especially after getting to chase two that were out of the zone. So 1-2 now is the count with one out and nobody on. This pitch popped up. Krieger calling everyone off and can't make the play. Well, Medlin just could not find it in the sun. Krieger trying to come up and make the play as that one's going to drop for a base hit. Tough play there. Second hit of the day for Miller. Would have been an opportunity at our Renaissance Bank Water Play Wednesday if he did come up and make that. So now this is going to be Philip Martin. Martin 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking. That pitch floats up high for a ball. So just a tough break there for ICC. A great effort on the part of Kyle Krieger. Just couldn't quite get that one to stick in his glove. That pitch low for a ball. Powell able to shift over and keep it and keep the runner over at first. 2-0 now is the count here to Philip Martin. Indians got someone warming up in the bullpen. Pate Phillips. As that pitch finds the zone for a strike. 2-1 now is the count here to Philip Martin. So waiting the 2-1 offering here from Medlin. Ground ball right back up the middle. Is going to think about going to second. Don't know if he might have lost the ball when he turned around, but instead goes to first. Had a chance at a Little Caesars double play there to get us out of the inning, but instead tosses it over to first. 1-3 on the putout. Runners able to advance to second. Now up will be the DH, Dylan Morgan. Morgan 1 for 1 on a walk, 1 for 1 with a walk on the afternoon. Two outs now. As the ball high. And 1-0 is the count here on Dylan Morgan. This pitch fouled back out of play. And 1-1 now is the count. We invite you to follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Also Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. And visit letsgoicc.com. We'll have links to highlights, photos, videos, and much, much more. Runner goes, and that's going to be a balk. So Medlin couldn't quite turn around quick enough, and he will get the advance on the balk there. That's how the Indians scored their run back in the second. They cashed in on a balk by East Mississippi. As the runner went, and then just got the unorthodox move. Almost looked like Medlin almost fell that time as a big swing and a miss. Or not fell, but more lost his balance when he tried to turn to make the throw to third. Trying to avoid the balk, but what he did, he did. So runner advances on the balk. And now a base hit will tie the ball game. This pitch fouled back off the head of Powell on the shoulder of the home plate umpire. So 1-2 is the count, 2 away. Indians in a jam again here. They had bases loaded the last inning, did East Mississippi. Swung on a miss, and that's going to be a throw down to first, and it's going to be in time, so 2-3 on the putout. After the strikeout, and ICC pulls another Houdiniac. Living life dangerously are the Indians, as they need to pick up some insurance runs here in the bottom half of the first as East Mississippi continues to knock on the door. 1-0 is your score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as getting set for the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for the Indians, the 7, 8, 9 batters, Brett Coker, Braden Ellis, and Austin Powell due up here in the bottom of the 5th. This game's scheduled for 9 innings, as are all the game ones inside conference play. Game 2 after about a 30-minute break between games. We'll come back with that here on Let's Go ICC TV. So this is going to be Brett Coker. Coker singled but was left stranded back in the second. As he will dig in here. Well, as we said, ICC living life dangerously. They've had some chances to push across some runs, but East Mississippi, man, they have really had some opportunities to not only score some runs but lead this contest. There is a line drive out to left field. It's going to get over the head of the left fielder. Off the wall, and this will be a leadoff double by Brett Coker. Nicely done that time by Coker to come up with the clutch hit there to start the inning for the Indians. Let's go back and look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. As Coker put a solid lick on that one. So now with no outs on the inning, this is going to be Braden Ellis. Ellis is at the plate now. ICC leading 1-0. Ellis looks at that pitch, and it's a beauty across for a strike. Wouldn't be surprised if some East Mississippi fans kind of echo some concerns from earlier after that pitch was called a ball. But instead, that one clipping enough of the plate for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here on Ellis. Runner at second. No outs. Ellis pops this one up. Going to be trouble here. Second baseman's going to go in. Now the right fielder comes in and squeezes it for the out. Sorry about that. Thought I had the camera switched, but it was actually went back to the instant replay. So, yeah, the ball was dancing around. The right fielder was running, or excuse me, the second baseman was running out, couldn't find it. Right fielder came in a hurry and squeezed it for the out. So now this will bring up Austin Powell. Powell drilled one right back up the middle. It bounced off the foot of the pitcher over to second base for a putout in his first at bat. Takes a look at that one, missing low for a ball. So the Indians, they've got 3 hits in the contest. East Mississippi with 6. They've left 4 runners stranded on base in scoring position. ICC has cashed in with the only runner they've had in scoring position up until now, as Coker was left stranded over at first, and Lancaster also stranded at first. So this is the first time the Indians have had a runner in scoring position all the way back to the second inning. So 1 away, 2-0 is the count. That's the beauty. Across for a strike. Good job coming back inside, jamming up Powell. So Austin Powell would love to help out his battery in this situation with the base hit. But those have been few and far between here for the Indians. Reed Blakely has done an outstanding job on the hill here for the Lions. And that one missing low as Reynolds held on to it a little extra long. The umpire refused to call it a strike, and now the count goes 3-1. Jackson Lancaster on deck as the Indians will shift back to the top of the lineup, barring a double play. And he's going to look the runner back to second as Brett Coker gets back in a hurry. 3-1 is the count here to Austin Powell. And there's ball 4. That pitch just drifted up high. And that's going to be the third walk of the day issued by Blakely. So now for the Indians, they head back to the top of the lineup in Jackson Lancaster. So Lancaster going to try to get something going here, but before they do that, East Mississippi is going to head out to the mound here for a quick chat. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this. ICC leading it 1-0.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson Lancaster at the plate after the conversation was broken up by the home plate umpire. No change on the mound here for East Mississippi as Reed Blakely will continue to stay in the game here. So ICC, can they find a way to break through and pick up an insurance run here in the bottom of the fifth? There's a ground ball. Shortstop's going to come up. There's one. Throw over to first is in time for 2. And a tailor-made double play to end the inning there, being brought to you by Little Caesars in Fulton. So once again, the Indians leave runners on the bases, can't get anything going. East Mississippi hanging around in this one. We've played 5, 1-0 is your score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we move to the top of the 6th inning, this game scheduled for 9 and ICC leading it 1-0. As this has been a pretty good little pitcher's duel this afternoon between Justin Medlin and Reed Blakely. Medlin has run into some trouble over the last couple of innings, but has been able to find a way to get out of the jam. East Mississippi has left 7 runners on base, 4 of those in scoring position. ICC, as there's a ground ball to second. Going to have to throw over, and it will in time for the first out. ICC have left 3 runners on the bag. Only 1 in scoring position. The Indians took a 1-0 lead back in the second after a walk was issued to LeBryant Siddell. He advanced to second on a ground ball, a little hit-and-run action. If not, that would have been a tailor-made double play, but nice play by the Indians to erase that opportunity.
Stuart Coggins.
Looks like we're going to have a new batter come into the contest. As this is going to be Stuart Coggins, a new batter in. He's a 6 foot, 240-pound freshman infielder, listed from Amory. Went to Smithville High School, so just down the road. Coggins getting an opportunity here for East Mississippi after Davis, who has struck out twice in the game. Medlin's pitch on the outside. Big swing and a miss that time for Coggins. And he came up empty that time. And couldn't catch up with the fastball there. And quickly ahead in the count now is Justin Medlin, 0-2. Dylan Brown is scheduled up next. He is on deck. 0-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Well, that time that was just quick business of Coggin. 3 fastballs, swung on all 3 and came up empty. That is the 7th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day here for Justin Medlin. And now there's 2 away here in the top of the 6th. And this is going to bring up Dylan Brown. Brown walked, was left stranded in scoring position as he was on second back in the 4th, and he also flew out to left. Swings on the first pitch he sees. And it's going to be reeled in out there by Jackson Lancaster. So a 3-up, 3-down inning there in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. ICC looking to fire up the bats here. East Mississippi, see if they can stick around in this one. 1-0 is your score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Game 1, scheduled for 9. And for ICC to be the 2-3-4 batters due up, Kyle Krieger, Justin Medlin, and LeBryant Siddell. So, Krieger swings on the first pitch he sees. Curveball, couldn't catch up with it. 0-1 now is the count. So 0-1 is the count here to Krieger. We're in the bottom of the 6th here in the first game of the day. Shows bunt, attempted at it, and now strike 2. So 0-2 now. The count to Krieger, who is playing third base today. Kyle, an infielder. Natural position, second base. Playing over at third with Medlin pitching today. Russell Bunch is at first, who typically plays third base. That pitch outside. Not a bad spot to miss that time for Blakely. See if you couldn't get him to chase one that time. Good eye by Kyle. So 1-2 is the count here on Krieger, leading us off here in the 6th. Looks at that pitch low for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. Justin Medlin on deck. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Krieger 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Looks at that one low, and now the count goes full. Nice job by Krieger being patient at the bat right now with a 3-2 count. The Indians need base runners. They need hits as well, as East Mississippi is doubling them up on hits, out hitting the Indians 6-3, but the Indians winning the battle where it matters on the scoreboard, 1-0. Ground ball, high hopper. Third baseman leaps up and gets it, throws over a little high, and they come back and no, that's going to be an error on the play. It's going to be E5 as the third baseman airmailed that one that time. Good job by the first baseman to leap up and find that one. And we're going to have another quick meeting here. Looks like we're going to have a change. We'll have a pitching change being brought to you by Little Caesar. So let's take a timeout and introduce you to the new pitcher for the Lions. ICC leads it 1-0 with no outs and a runner on first here in the bottom of the sixth. Back with more right after this.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6. Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As it looks like Trevin Knight will take the hill, a freshman. I don't know if that's Trevin or not because they've got him listed as batting and throwing left, so we'll try to pick up that number. East Mississippi, the front of their jerseys, not too easy on getting those numbers. So if he'll make a strong turn with his back here, we can try to see who that is. Well, we'll take another break and come back and see if we can figure out who the new pitcher is here. ICC leading at 1-0. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as they get one more warm-up toss here. And hopefully we can see this kid's back of his jersey just not turning the whole way here. As he zips that one across. And 39, that's who it is. Gage Pierce. He is a freshman out of Benton. Went to Benton Academy, and he'll be greeted by Justin Medlin. We talked about it. Medlin is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to short and a fly out to right field. Try to bring you some Sonic stats on the new pitcher as that one missing low for a ball. Pierce making his 5th appearance of the year, has no record, has pitched 4 innings. He's given up 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 3. Those stats being brought to you by the Sonic here in Fulton. So 2-0 is the count here to Justin Medlin. Their runner over at first, that's Kyle Krieger, who reached on a throwing error by the third baseman. Snap throw over. Not in time as Krieger dives back safely. Two balls, no strikes. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th, ICC. As that pitch in the dirt, runner's going to go. Throw is not going to be in time. It's a little bit of trouble finding the ball that time. As he took off after the ball had got away from the catcher, so advance on the pass ball. Still had a chance to get him that time. Just the throw was up to the shortstop. So now the Indians with their second runner of the day, third runner of the day in scoring position. Hoping not to leave him stranded this time. ICC looking for one of those insurance runs, being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. 3-0 count right down the middle for a strike. Medlin got the red light and knew he got one he could have drilled that time, but Rick had the red light on him that time. Just trying to help out his cause here. He's got the start on the hill today for the Indians. Has pitched well, got out of some jams, but would love to pick up an insurance run. That pitch outside for a ball, and Justin will head over to first. So now with runners at first and second with no outs, this is going to bring up LeBryant Sedale. Sedale walked, advanced to second on a ground ball, and then third on a balk. Scored a run back in the second. He walked in the fourth, but was thrown out trying to steal. And so the Indians now trying to get that merry-go-round a spinning here in the bottom of the sixth. They lead it 1-0. There's no outs with runners on first and second for LeBryant Sedale at the plate. Liddell shows bunt, lays it down nicely. There's only going to be one play, and he's going to have to hurry. And he gets it over in time. Nicely done that time by LeBryant Sedale. A sacrifice bunt, 1-3 on the putout of Sedale. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. They meet Monday nights at 7:07, Wednesdays at lunch. So if you're an ICC student watching here, go enjoy lunch. All you need is $2. They invite you to bring a friend. Don't forget to treat your friend to lunch as well. Bring $2 for them for worship and lunch over at the ICC BSU. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU. And Bunch is going to be hit by the pitch, a breaking pitch that didn't quite break enough. So now the Indians cooking with grease as they've got bases loaded with no outs. And this is going to be Lane Domino. Domino already with 1 RBI on the day. Would love to pick up his second.
Lane Domino.
On the year, Domino has 9 RBIs. Or RBI, I should say, because RBI stands for runs batted in. So Domino at the plate. 1 out in the inning. There's a flare, and it's going to get past the first baseman. 1 run will score. They're going to ask 2 to score. And Medlin will get there easily in a big-time clutch hit, a double from Lane Domino. And the Indians plate 2 to take a 3-0 lead. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. A clutch, timely hit there for the Indians. As that was just a flare, and the first baseman couldn't get to it. And so that's going to be a 2-run double for Lane Domino.
Now batting for the Indians, number 13.
Justin Medlin and Kyle Krieger and Justin Medlin score on that. Russell Bunch advances to third, and it was a double by Domino as he never checked up at first. So Indians lead it now 3-0. Beautiful pitch across for a strike. This is Brett Coker. Coker on the day, 2 for 2. He's got a double, was left stranded in scoring position. That was back in the 5th. He also singled, was left stranded in the 2nd. As this pitch popped up out to right field. Right fielder struggling with it, finds it, and they're going to try to tag this one up, and the throw home is not in time as Russell Bunch slides in safely. And so a sacrifice fly there as Bunch will come flying into your screen. Well, the reason why I couldn't hit the replay on that is I have lost my second camera. There's a pitch across for a strike. This is Braden Ellis at the plate. There's going to be a ground ball at the middle. Shortstop's got to play. Throw over to first is in time for the out, and that will end the inning. But the Indians do score 3 runs to take a 4-0 lead. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as ICC plates 3 in the bottom of the 6th to take a 4-0 lead here. Fastball swung on, missing on a fastball. As I think that ball was maybe actually fouled back instead of swung on and missed. Still a strike either way. That pitch missing high and outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Fastball across for a strike. Evens with the count now at 2-2. Cole, Briggs, and Beach due up here for East Mississippi. Fastball, strike 3. Got him looking at that one. And that is going to be the 8th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Justin Medlin. And now up to bat is going to be the number 9 batter. That's going to be John Ross Briggs. Briggs struck out to end the 4th, grounded out to second in the second will bunt it down to first and will not get down there in time as the diving effort was not there. 3 unassisted on the putout. And now we go back to the top of the inning here, or excuse me, top of the lineup with Beach.
At the plate, Austin Beach.
So Beach will dig in, trying to spark a 2-out rally here for East Mississippi. They trail it 4-0. We're in the top of the 7th. This game scheduled for 9 innings. There's a hard hit ground ball. Second baseman comes up, gets it, throws over in time for the putout. 4-3 for a 3-up, 3-down inning out of the Lions. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa Beta Chi Sigma Tupelo campus.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As ICC leads it 4-1, we're heading to the bottom of the 7th. As we mentioned, and I'll continue to mention to let those that are just now joining us, Game 1 of all conference games are scheduled for 9 innings. And so the Indians trying to build on this lead. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th. As this is going to be Powell, Lancaster, and Krieger all due up here. That pitch missing for a ball to Powell. He's 0 for 1 of the day with a walk. Takes that pitch inside for ball 2. 2-0 now is the count here to Austin Powell. He's catching Game 1. Looks like we may have a little break in the action as we'll have a quick visit to the mound here for East Mississippi. We want to remind you about some of the broadcasts coming up this week in this break in the action, as we're actually going to have a change of pitchers here. But we do want to remind you before we go to a break what the situation is going to be. Tomorrow, softball will be at Northeast. You can catch that one at 3 o'clock here on the Red Channel. Baseball will be back in action on the Red Channel Saturday against Pearl River. Softball will be on the Blue Channel. They'll be taking on Hines. Also going on today, we've got tennis on campus as Gulf Coast is here. And then Saturday, tennis will be hosting Hines as well over at the Johnson Partlow tennis courts. We'll take a break and come back and tell you about the new pitcher right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. New pitcher in the game for East Mississippi, number 27, Gavin McCurchin. I do apologize if I'm saying that last name wrong. He is a freshman, listed at 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Van Cleve High School. And so he will be greeted at the plate by Austin Powell, who already has a 2-0 count. And that pitch missing low for a ball. So 3-0 is the count here to Austin Powell. And he's going to walk. So 2 pitches and a walk. So interesting. Who do you credit the walk to? Because both of them issued a pair of pitches. Both of them called a ball. I do believe it belongs to the previous pitcher in this situation because he was the one that started off the inning.
Number 10, Jackson Lancaster.
Either way it goes, the Indians now heading to the top of the lineup, and this is going to be Jackson Lancaster. Lancaster lucky is going to show bunt for a second, pulls back, takes it for a ball. Lancaster hit into a double play to end the 5th, had a single back in the 2nd, and also started the contest with a ground out to second in about an hour and 50-some-odd minutes ago. Shows bunt again, pulls back, takes that one low for a ball. So 2-0 is the count here. As McCurchin a little struggling here to start this outing. Shows bunt, jammed him a little bit, but now there's going to be trouble. McCurchin, though, was able to find it after the second attempt and toss it over for the putout. A sacrifice bunt there to advance the runner in scoring position. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC BSU, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU.
Kyle Krieger.
So now with one away, this will be Kyle Krieger at the plate. He reached on an error, advanced on a pass ball, and eventually scored a run. He's also struck out and grounded out to the shortstop. Krieger stands in, takes that pitch, low for a ball. So a runner at second. That is Austin Powell, who reached on a walk, advanced to second on a sacrifice bunt from Lancaster. ICC trying to manufacture a run here. They lead it 4-0, bottom of the 7th. This game scheduled for 9. Remind you, we'll have the Renaissance Bank postgame report coming your way at the conclusion of today's game. And we'll talk about some Sonic stats, name our Sonic star of the game as well. So that pitch missing inside and low for a ball. 3-0 now is the count. So Krieger, figure the red light will be on here, so we'll see if McCurchin will load up and just fill up the zone here. He does, and Krieger taking the whole way that time for a strike. 3-1 now goes the count here. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at second. We're in the bottom of the 7th, game 1 between ICC and East Mississippi. ICC leading it 4-0. 3-1 pitch coming, and it's low and inside, and Krieger will get the free pass to first. So now ICC with runners on first and second, and Justin Medlin at the plate. Justin, I said it last time, would love to find a way to help his own cause, and he did. He reached on a walk, eventually came around to score. So Medlin at the plate. Put a charge into one earlier, but only had warning track power. And Medlin calls time and will step out of the box. Runner at first, that's Krieger who walked. Is that pitch high and inside for a ball. Austin Powell, he's at second. He also started the inning off with a walk. Indians trying to find a way to build on this 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Justin Medlin would love a base hit here to tack on some more of those insurance runs. Of course, when we talk about those insurance runs, they're being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, stop by and see Joey there on South Adams Street right here in Fulton, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. A former NJCAA All-American is Joey here at ICC, so we appreciate Joey and all of our other fine sponsors sponsoring today's game. 1-1 pitch. Missing outside. Nice job that time by Reynolds to dive out in front of that one and keep it in front of him So the runners couldn't advance. 2-1 now. Goes to count here on Justin Medlin. This is McCurchin on the hill, the third pitcher of the day for East Mississippi. It was a good inning, or excuse me, I should say good outing by Reed Blakely. He just kind of ran out of gas. 3-1 now is the count. He did a great job of keeping the Indians' bats quiet. As a matter of fact, East Mississippi has out-hit the Indians 6-4 in this contest. So waiting the 3-1 offering here. Medlin, thinking big things, but coming up empty that time. 3-2 now is the count to Medlin. Runners at first and second with one out here in the bottom of the seventh. ICC with a 4-0 lead. And that time, a pitch that he was able to foul off to keep the at-bat alive. Looked like a breaking pitch that didn't quite break. It actually ran in on the hands of Just, and he was able to foul that one off and keep the AB alive here with a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second, bottom of the seventh. Medlin jammed him a little bit, pops him up. Center fielder is going to have to come in, and now, it's the left fielder who eventually calls everyone off as the ball was getting carried by the wind a little bit. The wind actually starting to blow into the ballpark here. So Medlin is retired. So a nice job winning the battle that time for McCurchin. Able to come back and get a pop-up in shallow left for the second out of the inning now. And now this is going to bring up LeBryant Sedale. Sedale officially no at-bat today. He's walked twice, has scored a run, and he's also got a sacrifice bat. So he's looking for his first hit of the day. And he'll be swinging in this situation with 2 outs. That ball gets away, dances around, and a good job once again by Reynolds. I've been very impressed with Reynolds' play behind the plate. He has been very active today, having to block up some balls in the dirt, and has done a good job of not allowing the Indians a free pass. So 1-0 pitch coming. A foul ball off the foot of LeBryant Sedale, so they're going to call time as the ball stayed fair, but we'll let LB walk this one off. So 1-1 now is the count. Joined in the broadcast booth by the queen of What a Play Wednesday, Madison Haley. You can check out tomorrow's What a Play Wednesday, I think around noon, 11 o'clock maybe, we'll see. So 1-1 is the count with 2 outs. Sedale at the plate, ICC leading 4-0. And that's going to be a foul ball. May have caught a break as the umpire had a better look at that, but it looked like it was actually hopped over the bag, so a break there for the Indians. 1-2 now, though, is the count. Didn't get much of an argument out of the third baseman, so we'll say it was a good call that time. One ball, 2 strikes. Well, if you know LeBryant, he don't show a lot of emotions, and unless he's running the base pass, he really don't get in a big hurry. And that's the case right now for LB. Looking to find a way to get a 2-out hit. And that one, just fouled down the left baseline. I was going to say, good call by me that time, but unfortunately just couldn't quite keep that one fair. Could have probably would have scored 2 runs that time. And once again, as you see, Sedale, of course, he did foul that ball off his foot, so that might slow him down a step or 2. But not really. I'm trying to make an excuse for him. He just doesn't get in a hurry. 1-2 is the count here on Sedale with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. ICC with a 4-0 lead here over East Mississippi. Pitch coming. Sedale swings himself out of the shoes that time, and this will be a throw down to first, and that will do it. So East Mississippi gets out of the jam with no damage done. And ICC leads it 4-0 after 7 complete. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, Your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson Lancaster taking over on the mound. One of the most unique songs here that you'll hear for somebody for a pitching song as Lancaster. Let's take a look at the Sonic stats on him pitching this year. Well, this may be his first appearance. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I take that back. Lancaster 0-1 with a save. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings. He's given up 3 hits, has allowed 2 runs, both of those earned. He's walked 1, struck out 13. He has a 2.70 ERA. Grease, that's where that song is from.
Tyler Miller.
So he'll be greeted by Tyler Miller to be the 2-3-4 batters due up here for East Mississippi in the top of the 8th. That pitch going for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. Swung on and missed. Couldn't catch up with the high heat of Lancaster that time. So 1-1 now is the count. Two and 1 now is the count. Having to update Twitter. Lee Adams was doing it earlier. He's actually on his way home to catch JoJo play a little soccer tonight. 3-1. Pitch on its way. This one fouled straight back, and now the count goes full. Well, someone just burned about 3 gallons of gas, gunning it going down the waterway as this pitch is fouled off and out of play. Sorry, gas is too expensive to do that, kids. And there went 3 more gallons of gas as he went around the curve. As this pitch popped back and out of play. So the count is at 3-2. And this one popped up. Is it going to get out of play? Yes, it will. And so we'll stay at 3-2 as Austin Powell gave chase that time. It just snuck out behind the grandstands. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. First game of the day. This one's scheduled for 9 innings. ICC leading it 4-0. We're in the top of the 8th. So Lancaster going to try to find a way to get his first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game here. 3-2 is the count. And he misses it. That's on me, Jackson. I jinxed you. So that'll be a leadoff walk to Tyler Miller. Tyler's had a nice day at the plate. 2 for 3 with a double and a single. He struck out, but now has walked. So he's been on base 3 times today. And now up is going to be Philip Martin. Martin 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. He's grounded back to the pitcher and his previous at-bat. Stands in, takes that pitch high for a ball. So a runner at first with no outs. Lancaster replacing Justin Medlin on the hill as that pitch misses low now. Justin has moved back to first base, and Krieger has shifted to second, and Russell Bunch is over at third. So those are some lineup changes there as that pitch across for a strike. So that means Ellis is out of the lineup in this situation. So 2-1 is the count. Pitch coming. And that one across for a strike. Nicely done to battle back to even up the count at 2-2 here by Lancaster. Lancaster, center fielder by trade, so we'll try to pick up and see who's out in center field in the next opportunity. And there's strike three. Beautiful pitch that time. So let's take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. The first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Lancaster, and Martin didn't like that call as he took his time and didn't have any magic words to say to the umpire, but just kind of let him know he didn't like the call. So now this is going to be Dylan Morgan at the plate. That pitch missing low for a ball. 1-0 now is the count with one out. Runner at first. Top of the eighth, ICC with a 4-0 lead here. East Mississippi trying to find a way to get something going. Took a little bit of something off in that one that time, and Morgan way ahead of it. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. He had a single back in the first. He also walked and was left stranded in the fourth. That was an inning that the Lions had bases loaded, couldn't get anything going. Breaking pitch, couldn't find the zone, and 2-1 now goes the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Fastball fouled out of play, and it evened the count now at 2-2. Remind you at the conclusion of this game, about 30 minutes after that, we'll be back with Game 2. You can keep up with it on Twitter. We'll let you know when we go live. As the sun continues to set here in Fulton, ICC slipped 1 spot to number 13 in the country after splitting the weekend with Meridian, who was number 7. There's a hit blasted out to left field. And then the ball is going to be bobbled around, but the runner will not be able to advance. As Morgan comes in with a clutch 1-out single. And East Mississippi trying to spark a little bit of a rally here late in the contest. So now this should bring up Reynolds in this situation. Actually, they're going to have a new batter come in. This is going to be Chase Jones. Chase is a outfielder. He's a big old fella. 6'4", 250 out of Gulfport, went to Harrison Central. So he will be batting in place of the catcher Reynolds, who was 0 for 3 on the day with a trio of ground outs, 2 to short and 1 to second. So Reynolds will dig in here. So Lancaster on the hill. Runners at first and second. Breaking pitch at the knees, called a strike. 1 out in the inning here. And swing and a miss there for strike 2. So 0-2 is the count with 1 out. Runners at first and second. Slow roller here to the shortstop. It could be trouble. Coker throws over and it bounces across. E6 on the play. 1 run will score. And East Mississippi now has runners at second and third. And a tough play, but a throw that should have been made that time as it short hopped the first baseman. Medlin tried to come up and make the grab. And East Mississippi puts a run on the board. So now the tying run will come to the plate here. And this is going to be St. McMurrian. I don't know if I said that right. I apologize if I did not. So that was Miller that scored on the throwing error. So now this is the tying run at the plate here for East Mississippi. The Indians trying to find outs 2 and 3 to get out of this inning with minimum damage done. East Mississippi, though, trying to spark a rally. It's the MACJC. Crazy things happen. As that pitch across for a strike. Speaking of crazy things, East Mississippi played about a 6-hour game in Game 1 against Colin the other day before dropping what I think was 11-4 decision. And then they had to play another game behind that, as that was a long day at the ballpark. Oh, nice job. A breaking pitch that fell off the table and swung on and missed that time for McMurrian. So 0-2 now is the count. 1 out. Lancaster, can he find a Renaissance Bank strikeout? Yes, he does. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Lancaster, the second of the game for him. And now with 2 away and runners at first and second, this is going to be Dylan Brown coming back to the plate. Dylan 0 for 2 on the day with a walk.
Dylan Brown.
So, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Tying run is still at the plate here for Brown. Takes a look at that pitch. Clips enough of his own to earn a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Brown. We're in the top of the 8th inning. 1 run has scored already. ICC leading it 4-1. Fastball missing low. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Runner at second and third, tying run at the plate here. For Lancaster, you just worry about the guy in front of you. Is that pitch in the dirt, missing for a ball? 2-1 now is the count. Some of the few ICC fans that trying to get behind Lancaster here, East Mississippi, finally being able to break through and push across the run. They have left before this inning, I should say, 4 runners in scoring position as that pitch across for a strike. The Indians, they have scattered 4 hits. They've put runners on base thanks to 5 walks, 6 walks, and an error. East Mississippi winning the battle at the plate. ICC winning the battle so far on the scoreboard. Awaiting the 2-2 offering here from Lancaster. Pitch coming, swung on and missed for strike 3. Ball in the dirt. The throw down was a little high, but a stretch to go get it. And the Indians fan can breathe a sigh of relief after that one, as the ball nearly gets away, but that will go down as a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. As Medlin with a nice stretch over there at first. ICC gets out of the inning with minimum damage done. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We'll take a timeout and come back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back. As you missed a riveting conversation about what's the better Pop-Tart, the original Pop-Tart brand, the Kellogg's, or the Great Value brand. And we've got a mixed opinion up here. One says the original Pop-Tarts, the other one says no, it's the Kellogg's. And the only opinion that matters in the press box says the Great Value brand. So what's your opinion? Hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. We'll start a random poll being brought to you by your favorite toaster pastry. This is Russell Bunch at the plate, as he was hit by a pitch in his previous at-bat, was left stranded, and then chases one in the dirt that time, upset with himself on that one. And so now 0-2 is the count here on Russell Bunch. Bunch, Domino, and Coker scheduled to be up here in the bottom of the 8th. ICC would love to get that run back, as that pitch missing outside. Not a bad spot to miss that time, and see if you couldn't get Bunch to chase one again. He did not, as 1-2 now is the count. And that pitch just a bit outside. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, as Bunch is leading us off here in the bottom of the 8th. That pitch in the dirt gets away. Nobody on base to do any damage. Sun continues to set here in Fulton. Going to make things really difficult for the center fielder, and especially the right side of the field, for any ball that's hit on a rope out to the right side. As will be looking directly back into the sun. And there's ball 4. Good job by Bunch. After falling behind the count 0-2, was able to battle back and earn that walk. And so Bunch will head down to first, and this is going to be Lane Domino. Domino has been pretty solid for the Indians today. He's 1 for 2. He had a 2-run double, scored a run. Excuse me, he did not score a run. That was Bunch that scored that last run. As Domino shows bunt, pulls back, takes it for a ball. He also had a sacrifice fly that scored LeBryant Sedale back in the 2nd. So 1-0 is the count here to Lane Domino. Runner at first is Russell Bunch. Domino shows bunt, pulls back, snap, throw down, and Bunch will dip back over to first base. 2-0 now is the count. Lane playing out in right field. And time is taken, and we'll see if we might be having another pitching change here. So let's take the break. And let's hear more about this 3-day weekend coming up next year at ICC. Back with more. ICC leading at 4-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th of Game 1 against East Mississippi.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back. So we have a pitching change here for East Mississippi. This will be number 24, Jackson Rogers, coming in. 6'2", 210, out of Spanish Fort, Alabama. He went to Spanish Fort High School. I'll be honest with you, I don't know where that is, as he will inherit a 2-0 count here, as it is Lane Domino at the plate. We'll take another break and hear a few more words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
And welcome back, 4-1. Here's your score. ICC with the lead. Talk about shout-outs earlier. Kimmy Nicholson, the assistant softball coach at East Mississippi, former ICC All-American in softball, and one of the fastest people alive. is tuning in here on Let's Go ICC. She sent me a message saying, give me a shout out. So there you go. Yeah, she's a lot faster than you, Madison. She played center field, but in reality, she played left, center, and right field. She was so fast. 2-1 is the count here to Domino. Once upon a time, she did hold the career record for most steals until it was broken a couple of years ago. One year, she successfully stole 54 of 56 bases. Pretty solid. The only reason she got thrown out twice is because she slid through the bag and came off the bag. Do I remember the exact dates? I don't, but I can tell you what games they are. It was against Hines. Actually, it might have been twice against Hines. It was either against Hines and Delta or twice against Hines. They have the turf infield. And Domino squares the bunt, and he takes one for the team. So he will head down to first. And so for the second time today, Indian has been put on the bags.
Play for the Indians, number 13.
And this is going to bring up number 13, Brett Coker. So the Indians trying to find a way to get that run back that they gave up in the top of the 8th. They lead it 4-1. Runners at first and second. Bunt is popped up. Going to have to hurry the catcher. Oh, just couldn't get to it. So Coker catches a break there. What a great effort. I think that is. Is it still Reynolds behind the plate, or did they bring in a new catcher? No, it's actually a new catcher behind the plate. That is McMurrian, who made the diving effort, just couldn't quite get to it. Coker shows bunt, pulls back and takes it for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Runners on first and second here for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Game 1's in conference play is scheduled for 9 innings. Game 2 scheduled for 7. So Coker at the plate. Lays down the sacrifice bunt. There's only one play, and that's going to be over to first, and it's in time. Nicely done by Brett Coker that time. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU. For those that might need me to spell that for you, that's ICC BSU. So now this is going to be a new batter in the game here for the Indians. This is going to be Caleb Whittle into the contest. Whittle takes that pitch outside for a ball. So the Indians looking for a clutch hit here out of Caleb Whittle. They've got speed on the bases to put 2 on the board as Whittle takes a healthy chop at that one, comes up empty. 1-1 now is the count. Well, anything down to the gap in the outfield will score a run. They're actually playing him shallow in right field, somewhat shallow in center. Left field looks to be in normal depth. So 1-1 is the count with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Whittle rips one, and it's going to be a line drive right to the shortstop. And that's what you try to do. You try to cut down that run, and a good job there by the shortstop coming up and making a very difficult play on a hard-hit line drive. If that gets through, it easily scores a pair of runs, and that's a big play there for East Mississippi. Now up is Austin Powell. Austin 0 for 1 of the day with a pair of walks. It's 4-1 ICC with the lead, looking to pick up some insurance runs here. Powell looks at that pitch, low and outside for a ball. Remind you to stay tuned. We'll have the Renaissance Bank postgame report coming your way at the conclusion of Game 1. And then after about a 20 to 30-minute break between games, we'll be back with Game 2. Powell looks at that pitch inside, and it's in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. We got post-game interview coming up as well. We're going to try this one out. We won't say names just in case it doesn't turn out well. As that pitch missing outside, 2-1 now is the count. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs That pitch just a bit outside. Nicely done that time by McMurray, and to come out and keep that one from getting away. If it does, it possibly could have scored a run. As that's Russell Bunch over at third. Lane Domino at second. 3-1 is the count. Powell looks at that pitch, and it's in there for a strike. 3-2, as now the count goes full. 2-out hitting. That's the difference between a good team and a great team, and the Indians trying to find a way to come up with a 2-out hit here. This one lifted to right field. Right fielder's going to have to go back and looking for it, and he's lost it, and it's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score, and Powell will be in for a double. Right on cue, Austin Powell. As we said, the ball is going to be difficult to track when it goes to the right side of the field, and the right fielder lost that one in the sun as he was twisting around out there in right field, and the Indians able to tack on 2 more runs, and a big-time 2-out hit there for the Indians as Bunch and Domino came around to score. And we go back to the top of the lineup here with the Indians leading 6-1. Big-time play there for the Indians. And Lancaster takes that pitch low for a ball. Powell was able to hustle around the bases, end up at second base. Lancaster had a sacrifice bunt. He grounded into a double play. It's that ball missing low and inside for ball 2. He had a single all the way back in the 3rd inning. So and then you look at a ground out to second to start the contest, or start the inning for the Indians back in the 1st. So he is 1 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. That ball gets away. Runner's going to head over to third, and he'll get there easily. So score that one a pass ball. And now a base hit could be big here for the Indians to pick up another one of those insurance runs. Hey, when we talk about those insurance runs, we talk about Joey Cox, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent. For all your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, or life, stop by and see Joey there on South Adams Street. That pitch missing low for a ball, and that'll be a walk. Now up is going to be Kyle Krieger. Kyle walked in his previous at-bat, reached on an error, advanced on a pass ball, and scored a run. He's also struck out and grounded out to shortstop. Well, Kyle comes by and sees us a good bit. And I'm going to have to let him give me the heads up on this walk-up song. He doesn't like the fact that I am a Pirates fan. And he doesn't like the fact that one was called a strike. As a breaking ball looked to be a little low and outside, but called a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Kyle Krieger. Kyle started the day at third base, now playing second. That pitch just missing outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. There's 2 outs in the inning. ICC come up with a clutch 2-out hit, a double by Austin Powell that pushed across a pair of runs to make this a 6-1 contest. Oh, that one just missing again. As that one makes the count go 2-1. Runners on the corners here for the Indians. Krieger takes a healthy chop at that one, comes up and fouls it off. And so 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Indians trying to push across another run here to push this lead out. Runner goes. Breaking pitch across for a strike, and Krieger, once again, not liking that call, but the umpire's been pretty consistent with it and calls it strike 3. ICC gets 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll take a break and come back with the top of the 9th. ICC 3 outs away from picking up the win here in Game 1. They lead at 6-1. Back with more right after this.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa Beta Chi Sigma Tupelo campus.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back as we get set here for the top of the ninth inning. Jackson Lancaster still on the hill for the Indians. That first pitch across for a strike. A new batter in the contest here for East Mississippi. I'll try to pick up his number after this pitch, as that one paints the corner for a strike. This is number 18, Riley Tate. So he's batting in place of Zarin Cole. Tate looks at that pitch for a ball. One-two pitch is hung up high for a ball. Try to get you an update on golf here in a moment. 2-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike three. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, the third of the game for Lancaster, the 11th overall for the Indians, as Bedlin had 8 in a very good outing from Justin. So one away now, Indians 2 outs away from wrapping up the first game of the day in red and blue. 1 out now. That pitch inside corner missing for a ball. This is Briggs at the plate here for East Mississippi. That pitch missing low and outside for ball 2. 2-0 now is the count. Let's see if we can find that. Lee said he updated golf today. Of course, they moved up to number 9 in the most recent golf stat rankings, as the Indians finished 4th after shooting a .313 in the final round of the 2-day total of 625 at the Meridian Invitational. Shout out to Madison Haley for finding that on the Twitters for me. Follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. That pitch missing high and inside, 3-0. Well, I heard some people to my left laughing that I call it Twitters. That's what us old folks do. Call it. Put a S on the end of everything. As that pitch. As that one goes for a walk. And so now a 1-out walk. And we'll go back to the top of the lineup here for East Mississippi. And this is going to be Austin Beach. Beach, the right fielder. We'll look at that pitch, missing outside for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. Lancaster. I have to check. I don't know if he gets the count for a save, because they did eventually at one point in time have the tying run come up. And then the Indians are able to push across 2 more runs to get a little bit of breathing room. As that pitch called a strike, 1-1 now is the count with 1 out. Indians have come close to rolling up a double play a couple of times today. Let's see if we can't roll one up here to end this one as this pitch fouled back. 1-2 now is the count. So Austin Beach stepping out, taking his time, getting back in here. 1-2 is the count. Runner at first with 1 out. Lancaster on the hill here for the Indians. Breaking pitch. And that was a pretty good breaking pitch, as that one right there at the last second decided to roll over. And good job by Beach that time, just finding a piece of it to foul it off. 1-2 stays the count. 1-2 pitch coming. And we'll do it all over again as this one is fouled back and out of play over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. To find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College, visit iccms.edu. That's the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation. Dr. Jan Reed Bunch, Tilda Bushline, and Jim Ingram doing a great job there. So the 1-2 pitch coming again, and there's strike 3. Got him looking, and he's still looking. And now we'll head back to the dugout, and now it is the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Lancaster. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com. So runner at first with 2 outs. Breaking pitch that breaks low and outside for a ball. This is Tyler Miller at the plate. He has been hot today. 2 for 3 with a walk. He has scored a run. Was left stranded in scoring position twice. That pitch paints the corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Took a little bit of something off that one, way ahead of the pitch there, and that goes for strike 2. Good job by Powell to quickly pounce up and get on the ball before the runner was able to advance. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The Indians trying to close the door on this one and pick up the win in game 1. One-two pitch coming and just missing high, so we'll do it all over again. Good crowd out at the ballpark today. The sun's starting to set. It's going to get chilly in a hurry, folks. So waiting the 2-2 pitch. Lancaster delivers, and there's strike 3. Back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts for Jackson Lancaster. He retires 5, and back-to-back of those looking. And ICC picks up a 6-1 win here in the first game of the day. As the line score is East Mississippi 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. ICC 6 runs, 5 hits, also 1 error. As that's going to wrap it up here. We'll go ahead and move into the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Name our Sonic star of the game for ICC. And that's going to be Lane Domino. Lane Domino had 3 RBIs on the day. He had a sacrifice fly that scored a run back in the second and a 2-run double. That was in the 6th that really set the game apart there. He also scored a run as well. So Lane Domino, our Sonic star of the game. Well, we'll be back in about 30 minutes here with Game 2 on Let's Go ICC TV. So you want to be sure and come in and check that one out in a moment. So we'll take a break away and be back in about 30 minutes here on Let's Go ICCTV.com. ICC wins Game 1, 6-1.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.